Ever wondered why we don't float around in space or why we stop sliding on a slippery floor eventually? Well, the answer to these intriguing questions lies in the fundamental principles that govern the movements and interactions of all objects in our universe. These principles, known as Newton's laws of motion, are at work every moment of our lives, whether we're sitting still, sprinting to catch a bus, or even just tossing a ball. In our journey today, we're going to break down these laws in a way that is easy for everyone to understand. We'll explore the fascinating world of inertia, acceleration, and action-reaction pairs. So, whether you're a student grappling with physics homework, or just a curious mind eager to understand the world a bit better, this exploration is for you. So buckle up as we delve into the fascinating principles that rule our universe, the Newton's laws of motion. Ever noticed how difficult it is to push a heavy box, but once it starts moving, it becomes easier? That's the magic of Newton's first law, also known as the law of inertia. Inertia is kind of like the laziness of objects. They prefer to keep doing whatever they're doing, whether that's sitting still or moving at a constant speed in a straight line. Consider our heavy box. It resists your initial push because it prefers to stay at rest. But once you get it moving, it would rather keep sliding along than stop. This principle doesn't just apply to boxes, it's universal. Take seatbelts in a car, for instance. If the car suddenly stops, your body would rather keep moving forward due to its inertia. But the seatbelt exerts a force, changing your state from moving to resting. Just like the stubborn box, everything in this universe resists a change in its state, thanks to the first law of motion. Ever tried to throw a baseball and a bowling ball with the same force? Which one goes further? Let's dive into Newton's second law of motion to find out. This law is all about acceleration, which is essentially how quickly something can change its speed. The law states that the force applied to an object is directly proportional to its acceleration. In simpler terms, the harder you push or pull something, the faster it goes. But there's a twist. This force is also inversely proportional to the object's mass. That means the heavier the object, the more force you need to change its speed. So if you try to throw a baseball and a bowling ball with the same force, the baseball will fly much further because it's lighter. So remember this the next time you're struggling to push a heavy shopping cart or trying to make your car go faster. So, next time you're struggling to push a heavy shopping cart, remember, it's just Newton's second law at play. Ever jumped off a small boat or pushed a wall and found yourself moving backwards? Now that's not some magic trick, it's actually a demonstration of Newton's third law of motion in action. Let's think about the boat scenario for a moment. You're standing on a boat and you decide to leap off into the water. When you jump, you push down on the boat with a certain force. But here's where Newton's third law comes into play. The boat, in response to your force, pushes back up with an equal force. This reaction propels you, and the boat moves in the opposite direction. That's why you might find yourself moving backwards when you jump off. This law, often stated as, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, is a fundamental principle of physics. It's not only about boats and jumping, it applies to everything we do. When we walk, we push against the ground, and the ground pushes back, propelling us forward. When a bird flaps its wings, it pushes air downwards, and in return, the air pushes the bird upwards, enabling it to fly. And let's not forget our wall example. When you push a wall, why don't you just go through it? Well, the wall pushes back with an equal force. The harder you push, the more force the wall exerts back. This law is fascinating, isn't it? It's so deeply woven into our everyday lives that we often don't even realize it. It's what makes rockets soar into space, cars move on the road, and even allows our hearts to pump blood throughout our bodies. So, the next time you're pushing a door open or simply walking, remember, you're experiencing Newton's third law. Each step we take and every breath we breathe, we're living proof of these laws of motion. So there you have it, Newton's laws of motion, integral to our understanding of the physical world. From keeping us grounded to powering rockets into space, they're part of our everyday lives. Remember, every move you make, every step you take, Newton's laws are watching you.